Good. So how has the social smoking been? Or the drinking smoking? Because there's not a lot of socialising going on right now.
No, true. Well, I mean, so I have a social in terms of I have a couple of housemates. So I felt really good after last week's session, and we focused on, it was looking into the loneliness. I think that was like the thing it came down to, wasn't it? And then we had our session on the Thursday, and then on the Saturday, I've had a couple of experiences since where I've really looked in at where the urges for cigarettes have come. So on the Saturday, I had incredibly hectic day on, no, it wasn't, that was on the Wednesday, sorry, Thursday. So on the Saturday, I felt something, it's like I'm triggered, my energy changes, and I feel like I need a cigarette to bring me back in, to ground me in. And I had the same situation yesterday. I can't remember if Saturday's was triggered by something a little bit uncomfortable or not, but I know that yesterday's was triggered by me feeling like I kind of had a bit of a moment of alignment. So it's like I I'm working through some stuff, and then I kind of move something, I guess, on an emotional and energetic level. And what happens is I kind of feel like I align to a point, my hands go a little bit cold, or I feel like I know I'm about to move into something, like I'm on the verge of something I can't quite see. And what happens is I come into this like, whoo, and I think, oh gosh, I really want to have like a glass of wine or a cigarette or something. And I had it all afternoon yesterday, and I was like, wow, where has this come from? Where has this come from? And I really battled with it all day, and kept, because it was like this voice, like, you just need a cigarette, you just need, like, to try and almost, at first it was under the guise of like to celebrate this feeling, almost to mark this feeling. And then I was like, I'm not really, I don't know what I'm celebrating though. And then I was like, I don't know whether it's that I get this spiritual high, and this does happen quite often, and that it almost grounds me and brings me back down. It brings me back down. And also whether when I have these spiritual this connection, is that I'm moving myself upwards, and so there's that element of getting closer to success. But then if I have a drink and a cigarette, I bring my vibration back down, and I'm self-sabotaging in that moment. You know, but it's almost like I can't manage the energy sometimes. It's like sometimes so overwhelming and so huge. So yeah, I had that yesterday, and I felt almost powerless against it. And the reason I didn't have one was because I don't normally smoke in the day anyway. I had loads of bits of work to do, so I knew I didn't want a cigarette, but then I toyed, maybe I should have an alcohol-free beer. That really came into my head, and I was like, wow. And then in the evening, I probably would have had one later on in the evening if my housemates would have been up, but they weren't. And so I went to bed, and then they got up, they came into the house later, and there was that urgency of, should I just get up and go down and have a glass of wine with them and have a cigarette? So it was like 10:30, and I was like, no. So yeah, but really quite, I had to really tap on it and work through it.
Yeah, which is great that you're really feeling that, because when you start to go, yeah, great, I'm going to clear this, obviously everything that's going to come up, all the resistance to that is going to come up.
But I wanted it, and I still feel a bit like I really want it. I almost was a bit like, oh, I'm going to have this session today, get a cigarette in, because I don't want to have one after. And you know, and also I guess I was thinking about maybe on the weekend, like, it's beautiful weather here now, I really want to try and take half a day off, and I want to maybe have a beer on the roof, and I know I want a cigarette. I know I really want to have that moment of just ease and joy. So I'm finding it a bit tricky, the thought that I might not be able to have that as well.
And what does that feel like in your body?
Uncomfortable. I feel like I'm powerless to stop it on Saturday. I feel like this is nice, but because I'm going to miss out. I really feel like I'm going to miss out. Like it feels like if I don't have that moment, where else will I get this moment of purely of just being in complete ease? Yeah. Which is what that brings
the way
me.
into that ease. It's the way into that bubble of you and connection.
It's really lovely. Such a nice, just to sit back and relax. I think I never relax. I don't stop ever.
So that's the permission to do that when you have a cigarette and drink.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not one of those people that has a drink and then gets creative and does anything. It's like, no, I'm not saying drink, but like even like a glass or two of wine. Yeah, and just to switch off, you know, really. Yeah. I don't know how. I feel quite like.
Can you feel that in your body in particular? Is it somewhere all over? What's it feel like?
Feels a bit like a running energy inside my body, like, oh god, don't say this is gonna, you're not gonna be able to have this again.
Okay, so a bit of an urgency, a bit of a sort of need.
Yeah, it's a bit of a panicky, not a bad panic, but a worrying panic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, does that have a colour or a texture?
It has just a feeling of rotation, of, I don't know what
kind of moving energy.
Yeah, just almost like a wheel. I guess it's like a wheel turning. Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah. So really great awareness, and breathing in a colour or an energy that's going to help you to maybe slow that wheel down. Maybe make it smaller.
A bit of purple mist.
Lovely. Breathing in that purple mist. And maybe just the thought that wouldn't it be great to have that feeling of freedom at any point?
Yeah.
For any reason. Don't limit it to those moments. Just being open to the possibility of that you can feel that any moment, any time, anything, whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Great.
To switch off, it's really about switching.
Yeah.
Switching off and stepping out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great. Really good. Okay. So one hand over your heart and tapping top of your head and saying out loud, this spinning wheel.
This spinning wheel.
This worrying panic.
This worrying panic.
This thought that I might not smoke again.
This fear that I might not smoke again.
Great. All this fear that I might not smoke again.
I feel like, oh, don't stop it. I'm laughing at myself because I really feel like, oh, don't, like, oh, just a bit of fun. I just want to have some fun. Everything's so serious.
All this fear about giving this up.
Yeah, about giving this up.
What if I don't have fun again?
I don't have fun. I am no fun again. Mm-hmm. Too serious. Yeah.
All this fear.
All this fear.
All this fear of not smoking.
This fear of not being able to smoke and release and switch off.
Yeah, not having that ability to switch off.
Yeah. What having that ability to switch off? How will I switch off?
How will I switch off without cigarettes?
How will I switch off without cigarettes?
I've done it before.
Yeah, I've done it before. But they were always there. Even though I've done it, I knew I could always access them. Mm-hmm.
So like
on a Friday night.
Bit? Yeah.
Friday night drink.
They were always there.
Always can fall back on them.
Mm-hmm. But I want to give this up now.
I really want to give this up. I just don't want to feel this way about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cigarettes have a lot of power.
They have a lot of power. Yeah, they feel a bit dirty. Now I just feel they feel dirty. Like, why would I want to put that in my body? Mm-hmm. But before they felt like a breath of fresh air. Joyful.
Okay. Cigarettes felt joyful.
Joyful, easy. Like relaxing. A sign of carefreeness.
So last time we were looking at how that was a connection to you, that moment where you're free from everything, everybody.
Yep. Just don't care.
Yeah. Cigarettes all about that.
Yeah, like that, just a real, sod it attitude, you know, like still young, still carefree. Don't want to be too serious.
But I know cigarettes aren't good for me.
I know cigarettes are not good. Not
what I want to do.
It's not what I want to do. Yeah. Not what I want to do. It's not. not who I want to be.
Yeah.
Oh God, I really don't want to be a cigarette smoker anymore.
Mm-hmm. They feel a bit dirty.
They feel dirty and they feel negative and they feel like they're letting me down. They're pulling me down.
Cigarettes are pulling me down.
They're pulling me down.
They used to lift me up.
They still do lift me up.
Uh-huh.
But they pull me down. In the moment they lift me up, but then the next day or an hour later they pull me down.
Because you feel regret? Because you feel...
Yeah, I feel regret. I feel disappointed. I feel like it's basically a sign that I'm not a good person. I'm not walking my talk. I'm not, that to everybody else I look like I am a failure.
Okay.
And no one will take me seriously. Okay. No one will take me seriously. And also when I smoke, yeah. And if I stop smoking, I'll stop being fun.
Okay, so smoking is a loaded subject.
It means a lot to me. It means a lot to my friends. It means a lot to my social life. It means it really is a huge thing.
I wonder when I gave all my power away.
I wonder why I gave all my power away.
Cigarettes are not living.
Not living. Yeah, it feels like I wanted to fit in. That's the thing. I just wanted other people to like me.
And cigarettes were a way for people to like me.
Yeah, cigarettes were a way for people to like me.
A way
to fit, to slide in, like we have that common thing. I think that's it. Sometimes I feel like I'm just a bit different from everybody else. And a lot of my friends, I don't know how we connect. Socially we can connect because I can have a drink with them and have a cigarette and look, I'm the same as you.
Yeah.
But on so many levels I'm probably not the same as a lot of my acquaintances. Not the same. Yeah, and that makes me feel I don't want to always be different and struggle.
So just drop into that feeling of difference and struggle. Where do you feel that in your body?
My stomach and my heart and my tummy.
Does it have a colour or a texture?
Like blue and grey, I suppose.
So use this energy, this blue-grey struggling to connect, and allow your mind to float back with this feeling. And tell me, how old were you the very first time you had all this energy, this feeling in your stomach, in your body? Just the first age that comes to mind.
When I wanted to fit in.
Yeah, when you had this, it could be for any reason, but you had this uncomfortable blue-grey feeling. Just let that feeling take you back.
Yeah, there's this memory. I've worked on this memory before, but it does come up. There's two memories, actually. Both at the same school. Both I was about 4 or 5. One of them I was, there's 3 memories, all at the same school. So one of them, you're playing in the playground, and I just don't feel like I fitted in at this school. Very young to feel that, but so one memory playing in the playground, and they were with these loops that tied around and people playing horses. The first person was in the front loop and the second person in the back. They were running, and I can't remember if I went in this back of this hoop with a boy that was in front, and I felt really uncomfortable, like maybe he didn't want me to be there, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was supposed, and everyone else was really confident, and my friend was there and she was really confident, like leading. She was leading everybody. I was so uncomfortable, and I just didn't feel right. I felt uncomfortable feeling. The other was, I was sat in the classroom. I was up on a chair, felt like a teacher's chair, and she was reading a book. And I suddenly felt like I wasn't part of I had to separate myself slightly from everybody else. And another time, I remember my teacher reading the book and I needed to go to the toilet, and she was reading it to the whole class. And I got up and I can't remember if I was told off or I didn't know where to go for the toilet. And it made me feel really nervous and like I was making a fool of myself, and I was out of this. I didn't have anyone to ask. I didn't have any friends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember having any friends other than my next door neighbour who was the same age as me and who we went to school with. I don't remember having any friends really at that school, really.
Okay. All right, so going to the first of those memories in the hoops doing the horses.
Yeah.
Just freeze in that picture. Step in and connect with that little you. Silently in your mind, tell her you've come from the future and you've come to help her. How's she feeling right now?
Really uncomfortable. She's crying a little bit. She just doesn't want to be in this place. She feels really uncomfortable. She doesn't know what to do.
What does that feel like in her body? Excuse me. Where does she feel that discomfort?
In her, all in her tummy and her heart.
Mm-hmm. So let's breathe in a colour or an energy that's going to start to clear and release that discomfort, that uncomfortable feeling. What does she need?
She's having looking like she's having a bit of a panic attack, actually. She just needs
Okay, so bringing something lovely and calming and relaxing. Great. And then tapping with her as you're tapping on yourself and saying out loud all this uncomfortable feeling.
This uncomfortable feeling.
You don't know what to do.
Don't know what to do.
Don't know if you want to be there.
No, she wants to be there. She says it's like this, she's like, looks like she's like almost screaming. There's like this, she says she just wants to get this feeling out of her. She feels so uncomfortable, so out of place, she doesn't actually want to do this game at all. She doesn't want to be here, and she feels it's like this thing inside her, this rod of like pain, actually.
Okay, so tapping with her, this rod of pain.
This rod of pain.
This rod of pain in your body.
In your body.
You don't want to be there.
Don't want to be there.
Don't want to feel this.
Don't want to feel this.
This rod of pain.
This rod of pain.
In your body.
In your body.
Letting it go.
Letting it go.
All this pain.
All this pain.
This discomfort.
This discomfort.
In your body.
In your body.
Letting it go.
Letting it go.
Okay, what's happening?
She's calming down a little bit. She just wants a hug.
Great. So you can give her that hug. What is your understanding of emotion? What she's feeling?
It's like there's this feeling inside her that is making her feel a bit sick. She feels so uncomfortable. Comfortable is not quite the right word. As a child, she doesn't know what the feeling is. That's why it's making her feel uncomfortable. This situation is triggering that. Yeah. Making it come to light. And it's like she just wants to scream and get this thing out of her, this thing that's in her.
And what's your understanding of emotion and what she's feeling?
What's my understanding?
Yeah, what's emotion for? What is it there for?
I don't know. I don't understand, I think. Sorry, what's my emotion?
What like, why do we have emotions? What's that emotion telling her?
Oh, I see, sorry. That emotion is telling her, I don't know.
So all our emotions are there to motivate us. They're a guidance system.
Okay.
For us to navigate the world. And if there's a feeling of discomfort or fear, it's a sense that your body wants you to move away. It doesn't feel safe. So it's telling her that she's not safe.
She feels very unsafe. That's not uncomfortable, it's unsafe. Yeah.
So the reality is different. Maybe she is safe, but she might feel unsafe.
Yeah.
So our emotions, although they feel very real, might not be true.
Yes.
So when she can really acknowledge and release that feeling, really become friends with it, going, well, maybe I just don't want to play this game. That's okay. Yeah. She can start to navigate and use her emotions as what they're for, as to getting her through life.
Yeah.
Finding the good things, do what feels good. Does she understand that? Can you share that with her?
Yeah. Yeah, she does. I mean, she's eased off a little bit.
Great.
Because she just wants people to like her.
Yeah.
She just wants to be normal and have people like her, but she doesn't feel very normal.
Yeah. And what does that feel like in her body, not feeling normal?
Like a pressure on her back.
Mm-hmm. So is that pushing down on her? Is it pulling her?
It's like compressing her, both sides.
Okay. I wonder if you could lift some of that pressure off her or feel her growing underneath it and pushing that back. Is that possible?
Yeah, she's trying to grow and kind of I'm saying to her that she's stronger than this feeling. That the life might get squeezed out of her. It's like that feeling that she could lose her life a bit. I don't know.
So that came up a little bit last time, that feeling if you didn't smoke then you might die.
Yeah, I mean, that is a very
strong. There's like something about that pressure that
if I don't escape, I'm going to die. That's what it is. Okay. If I don't escape this moment, so it's very relevant for what I was saying earlier. And I get that alignment. It's like it's so overwhelming sometimes it can take my breath away. I don't know if it's spiritual. I feel like it is. It might be that I'm triggered back into this. But the reason I say it's a spiritual thing is because almost always afterwards something changes, like what I spoke with you about earlier. Something new comes. So it's like the pressure is there, and I might die if I don't escape from reality. Okay. I need to escape. It really is. I need to escape. Yeah.
Okay, great. Really good. Okay, so tapping with her and need to escape.
That's why she feels really uncomfortable here.
Yeah.
I think she feels a bit tight, like she wants all these people. They might ask her some questions, or they might want. Yeah. It's just too much. It's the pressure. So it's okay. That's interesting. Sorry. So the pressure of an experience is like the pressure squeezing the life out of her. So to relieve the pressure, this feeling she might die, she has to have a cigarette to escape it. I have to have a cigarette.
Yeah.
The pressure of life, the pressure of stepping into something greater for myself, or changing, being fully seen.
Yeah.
It's really big, yeah.
So we'll come back to that in just a second. I just want to ask you, do you know about your birth?
No, I don't.
I'm just wondering about.
Fine.
Just a thought.
Yeah, no, I don't know actually. I might have to ask.
Yeah, it might be good to find out, because that sound, birth stories can often be reflected again and again through life, and that's sort of that pressure on the back, being seen, stepping into something new, just to find the first time you experienced it. But just staying with that younger you, and I wonder if you could give her an energy, you could give her a bubble filled with.
I know the first time I felt this, I can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, when was that?
I might have to go in a bit more quietly with this one.
Sure.
But yeah, it's this pressure on my shoulders here, and I can feel this pressure on my back as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it feels quite young.
Yes. Yeah. Probably about 3,
Mm-hmm.
4.
So you can send some energy, some light, some gentleness, some space into that picture, just creating some space around that little you.
A little bit of pressure in the throat as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we can tap for her before we go in.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so all this pressure.
All this pressure
In your throat.
in my throat, in your throat,
On your back.
and on your back,
In your body.
in your body.
All this pressure on your shoulders.
All this pressure,
All this compression.
all this compression.
It's time to let this go.
Time to let this go.
It's time to breathe.
Time to breathe.
All this pressure.
This pressure.
Lifting away.
Lifting away. Wanting to escape. Real need to want to escape from this moment of this pressure.
Okay. All this need to escape.
This need to escape.
Really want to escape.
Really want to escape.
What's going to happen if she doesn't?
She might die. She'll die.
Okay.
I think she's going to die, yeah.
So you can reassure her that you haven't died, because here you are with the proof of that.
Yeah, I might just have to try and take her out. So at the minute she's still,
yeah. Do whatever you need to do.
laid on. She's laid like stuck in, like she's frozen actually. Like,
yes, you can absolutely do whatever you need to do. Just lift her out. So breathing that space around her. Do you know what was happening at that time?
yeah, I have an idea. Yeah.
Okay, and of course you don't need to share if you don't.
Okay, great.
Yeah, just do what you need to do. Let me know if you need any help.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm gonna take her out to the garden. She's quite frozen, and the other Echo is with me from school as well.
Okay, great.
But yeah, she's literally like frozen.
So let's breathe some warmth into her, maybe sunlight, maybe a colour.
Just going to try maybe tapping with "it's okay."
Perfect. This frozen feeling. Frozen.
Can't move. It's okay.
You'll get through this.
Yeah, it's going to be okay. I'll get through this.
Lovely. Just feeling the breath coming in, starting to ease and flow. That gentle thawing. And it is a really gentle process, isn't it, when you're that little, with that level of fear.
It's like I can see her relaxing, but then then she kind of comes back into this shock.
Yeah.
Almost like she's like kind of frozen in this moment.
Yeah. So tapping with her, all this shock.
All this shock.
Frozen in this moment.
Pressure.
All this pressure.
Trying to kind of put a defense up, I suppose.
Yeah, there's that
like
resistance.
Resistance.
Because that frozen moment helps you. It's as if it's never happened, but as if it's always happening. So there's a protection in the frozen energy. But when you can reassure her that you're there for her, you've got her, it's safe to let this go. Just really gently breathing that. And maybe she might want an animal with her, or a person, or a blanket, or something warm, something gentle.
I think a blanket would be good, because she's still very, very stuck. Like nothing is really
Things really
I don't know what to do, really. Nothing's really changing. Yeah,
so bring that blanket around her, for that warming her, comforting her, protecting her. Just feel that seeping into every cell of her body, one step at a time. And it's like allowing the warmth in rather than trying to defrost the frozenness. Just allow it, let it breathe. her natural state is to be relaxed, so it's allowing her body to do what it needs to do, and just any moment of resistance, just let the tapping take care of that.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's safe to relax.
Perfect. Safe to relax.
Safe to relax. It's safe to relax.
Safe to relax. Does anybody else around that time need to be moved away or to be brought in?
No, we're out in the garden now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's breathing now and she's laid on her side.
Okay.
So it's safe to relax. And the other little one is there. She's tapping along with us as well.
Perfect. Good. What colour is that blanket?
It's like kind of white. It's like a cocoon of white light actually all over her.
Perfect. Lovely. Just seeing that going from cell to cell into her heart, around her body. And how's the pressure feeling now?
Yeah, she's fluid now. She's moving.
Perfect.
And she's got her eyes open. So I'm just trying to. 1 minute I can see her sat up, and the next minute she comes back down and lays back down again. But she definitely feels safer.
Have you visited her before?
Sorry?
Have you visited her before? This memory?
Not specifically this memory, no. Maybe kind of. I don't know.
Yeah.
This time, yes.
Okay. Really good. And again, just trusting and allowing. And again, that shift from sitting up to lying down, it's just showing you the resistance. Just breathe into it, acknowledge it, tap through it. And you might like to bring a future you in to hold her. Guide her. What does she need? Was it just continuing to be there?
Yeah, so I'm gonna. The other little echo is tapping on her as well now.
Lovely.
So she's releasing the blanket, which is quite nice, so she feels a bit more present.
Great.
And then there's an older me that's there that she's sat on the lap with.
Good. So she's feeling warmer, she's moving around, she's more conscious, more present. And just scan through her body for any tension, any heaviness, any of that pressure that might be left. How's she doing?
She's just in a little bit of shock. I think she felt like she's kind of woken up from a bit of a coma.
Yeah.
She's like.
She's been there a long time.
Yeah.
So you might want to give her some nourishment, something, a warm drink.
Yeah, I'm going to give her some Ribena, orange squash or something.
Lovely.
Yeah, but she's definitely more awake now.
Right, and just tapping on all this shock. Just woken up from a coma. All this shock.
Yeah, she's not really speaking. It's the only thing, but
it's okay. That will come.
I know she is now. She's saying she doesn't know what was happening.
But do you know?
Yeah, I have a rough idea. Yeah.
So you can have any conversation that you need to have with her. Whatever feels helpful. Just silently in your mind, and again, let me know if you need help when that feels complete.
Yeah, she's a lot better.
Good.
She's feeling a bit playful now.
Lovely.
She's interested in this other echo that's there as well. So yeah.
Good. And just ask that little you, did she make any decisions on that day because of the feelings that she had because of what happened?
That she's not safe.
Uh-huh. And can you see that relating to issues through your life?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think when I have the urgency to step out, I don't feel safe in that moment. Something's triggered me.
Yeah.
Maybe even I'm about to move into success,
yeah.
and it suddenly doesn't feel very safe.
Mm-hmm.
Or I might just feel uncomfortable and have a cigarette just to give me something to do.
That's
you
the
know,
way out. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, in a social situation or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think that's what it is with friends as well. Is I don't feel I need to fit in, otherwise I feel unsafe and lonely. Really, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. And it makes sense, doesn't it, knowing there was this part of you that's been
Yeah.
for all that time alone.
Yeah.
Unable to come out of that on her own.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you found her now. You can let her know she's never going to go through that again.
Yeah.
And can you reassure her about safety?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel maybe I need to give something else for us all to have, like an internal. So we don't need to have this thing there. There's like something we can come. We feel unsafe. We can switch on instead.
Yeah, perfect. So what would that be? Self-belief or confidence, or what would that look like?
Be like a safety switch, I suppose, like inside.
Great.
Like even though, yeah, I'm safe. I'm safe to stay present. I think that's it. I'm safe to stay present. Stay for me to stay present in this moment, and allow myself to shine, I suppose, to be like from this, feels like that
security in yourself, good enough that you'll be okay.
Yeah, that it's just safe to just be fully in this moment. I don't need a cigarette or a drink or some food to take me out.
Yeah. Really good. So can you feel that switch inside you? Great. Where do you feel that? Where is that in your body?
In
solar plexus.
Yeah.
And just implant that all the way back through time. So you can put that into all those memories, those 3, 4, 5-year-old memories at school. Just sending that switch to every experience, all the way back to birth, forward into your future. So every moment of your life is touched with this knowledge that you have this switch, this internal authority, this safety.
Yeah, I'm trying to see myself a bit more back in my normal environments, where I have a cigarette.
Great.
Having that switch, so I feel safe to be around around people, really. Not these people, any groups of people.
Yeah. So it's groups.
Sorry.
It's groups rather than individuals.
Yeah, group. Yes. Yeah. The safety thing probably comes. I mean, yeah, it's not that I feel unsafe around friends. Certain friends that smoke, I like to have a cigarette with them to join in that moment. I feel like I'm missing out if I don't have that. Yeah, but I suppose that whole like safety of I can be present and be myself completely.
Yeah, great. So you're bringing in that safety, that certainty into all those moments.
Yeah, it's okay to stay present.
And just notice if there's any resistance to that, any doubts, any moments where that's possible.
There's a little bit of where I think it's a nice idea, it's not really going to happen, and I don't want to feel the push-pull when I meet up with everybody in a couple of weeks, and I just want to like relax fully and be social and embrace being with my friends. that I've then got this, oh, I don't want a cigarette. Oh, I don't even want to feel
You
the
want that
urgency.
certainty and
That I don't want to have that battle. This is the thing.
okay.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm going to move into that battle, and I'm too weak to say no.
Okay.
I can't be bothered to fight.
Okay. Where do you feel that battle in your body? That conflict?
Back in this,
Right there.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Does that little tiny you, does she have that feeling, that battle?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So let's tap with her on that. So tapping through the points, this conflict.
Yeah, this conflict. It's a conflict, this battle.
Yeah, this battle, this pushing and pulling.
It's pushing and pulling. It feels really uncomfortable. And I want some relief from this feeling. And having a cigarette is going to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Like the cigarette will release me from this uncomfortable feeling. So I'm kind of like, what else is there going to be? I can't deal with this uncomfortable feeling. And this rises up again.
Yeah. Okay. I wonder if there's another way. I don't like this uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah, I can't think that there would be another way. It's like, oh, there's such a big part of me that's screaming like, no, there's nothing else that's going to help you step
this
out.
Belief that there's nothing else that's going to help you.
This belief that there's nothing else, and that I have to have this. I have to have this thing this cigarette as a relief.
Okay. I feel like I have to have the cigarette.
I need some relief.
I need some relief.
I feel a bit annoyed actually that I'm not allowed to have some relief. Yeah, like why can everyone else relax and be normal and I can't?
So is it like, not fair with that sort of feeling?
And again, this then feels like I'm putting pressure, but it's pressure I'm putting on myself. So I basically not allowing, I'm not accepting, I'm saying I'm putting the pressure on myself to be perfect. Like not drinking ever, you know, not ever smoking, not ever having a personality is basically what I am. For some reason, I just view it as such a bad thing that the minute I have it, that I'm putting so much pressure on myself to be perfect, to be this ideal of what a good therapist or person is, leader, coach is, that actually then it's driving me to want to have some relief as well from it, which is the cigarette, which then makes me feel like I'm not good enough.
Okay.
It's like, maybe if I didn't say that cigarettes were so bad, I wouldn't feel that they were the thing to release the pressure from me being a success, this pressure to be seen as good, pressure I'm putting on myself to be it's not quite the right wording that I'm using, but I'm basically just not giving myself a break. I'm not giving myself a break. What's the harm in like 3 cigarettes a week, if that? Like, you know, is that really, really, really something that says that I'm a really terrible person and I'm terrible at, and I can't support other people in progressing their lives if I have the occasional cigarette? That's basically what I'm saying, is I'm useless because of this occasional thing I do. And I think I used to have the same thing about eating chocolate. I used to think that if I ate chocolate, I was basically giving into sugar and I should have better resistance. Whereas now I just have, I don't really eat, you know, but you know, I still have the odd bit of chocolate here and there. I never used to eat that much of it anyway, but then on the odd, same as cigarettes, I never used to have it as I'm not a chocoholic, I had to give it up at all. But I kept seeing this odd little bit as being my failure. You know, it's like I'm just viewing this odd ciggy here and there like,
Yeah, you're really
what's
judging your whole
life? Or like a bar of chocolate once every 3 weeks I would have, and then I think I was a terrible therapist because I should have been tapping instead of eating a piece of chocolate.
Mm.
Or a pizza, you know, just enjoying a pizza on the odd occasion. Now I enjoy the odd pizza.
Yeah. So
And
how could you do the same thing? How could you apply that here?
yeah, and maybe if I did, it wouldn't make me smoke 5 in a row and then feel,
Take
in
all
quick
that pressure off.
succession.
It's
I
just,
would just have a cigarette.
mm-hmm.
There'd be no, when I take the pressure off of that being the need for escape,
Mm-hmm.
then
If you're
maybe,
already free, then you don't need to escape.
yeah, cigarettes are this, yeah, cigarettes are the big thing to escape.
So let's do, I wonder if we can try this. If you can imagine cigarettes in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
and we can reclaim your power from them. How would that be?
Yeah, I'd like to tell cigarettes I'll choose to invite them in when I choose to
Great.
invite them in.
The packet of cigarettes, or however you visualize them, and just start to draw your energy, your power, anything you've given to them or they've taken from you. Just start to reclaim your power from them. So that might be drawing an energy back to you. And any cigarettes in your body, your energy system, any of their power, anything they've given to you or you've taken from them, just sending that back. So you're separating your energies out from cigarettes.
Yeah, they're going cigarettes and a glass of wine, actually, I'm seeing that.
Great.
So they're getting quite small. So I'm kind of just saying, I will make the decision when I choose to invite you in, like not you feeling like a huge pressure on me.
Great. Good. Any resistance to that?
No, because it feels like I have a choice. I can still have a cigarette if I want one. Like, it's not the worst. You know what I mean? If I still want to have a ciggy, maybe with my mate, I can have one. Like, that's okay. It's just not that they tell me.
Yeah, it's not all the big story and the battle around it.
Yeah, and definitely that's an element of mine is I feel out of control to them, and I do like to be in control.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what makes me feel very weak, is I lose in every other method of my way of my life. I'm very much in control, except for that.
Okay. And now you have this internal switch as well of strength and safety.
Yes, I feel safe with the switch, and I get to decide. I decide when when I choose to invite cigarettes to be part of my experience. So yeah, kind of like invitation only, and alcohol as well. Yeah, maybe I can choose with alcohol to invite it in and then to tell it to leave, so I can make a different choice for the amount of time I spend with it in an evening as well. So
great.
Might be 2 glasses of wine and that's the end, or 3 beers, and then I can flick the switch and feel safe, and then it can go back.
Lovely. Really good. Okay, does that feel secure?
Feels a lot better, yeah. I really like the idea of making a choice to invite it in.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
No pressure.
Yeah. And just tune in with that little tiny you, that 3-year-old you, and how she's doing now.
She's happy and smiling. She's with the other one that was from the playground.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're together. So, yeah.
And checking in with the playground picture, playing with the hoops. How is that picture now?
I can't see. Maybe I could take her back there. Maybe both of them can come. I mean, they could both be in the front part of these circles, kind of leading people.
Lovely.
Well, actually, one of them's leading and the other one is just dancing in the middle. So that's fine, by herself, which is fine. And then she's inviting other people to come in and dance as well. And yeah, feeling very free and flowful and easy about being themselves.
Good. And the other memories around that time? There were 2 others.
Oh yeah, so maybe I could just go and check. So the one on the chair is going to come down and join the others on the carpet.
Great.
And come in as part of the group.
Lovely.
Yeah, I just check she feels okay. Yeah, she's fine. And then the one out that needs to go to the toilet or something got told off.
Yeah.
So she's just going to ask in front of everybody where the toilet is.
Great.
And then she's going to come back and sit amongst the group and sit next to somebody else.
Good.
She was at the back of the class last time. So she's going to come and find a new space amongst these other people, squeeze in.
Perfect. So looking at those images now, they feel resolved. She's in control.
There's one more that came up, and it's like from the same time, and that was me playing on the playground. We went over this hill. I don't know how big the hill was. It felt very big. We found this like a piece of patio and this chair. It's a bit odd, I don't know. And I was with a couple of girls or guy, I can't remember, and I felt out of place. That came up, so just go and check.
Perfect.
Yeah, so she just says she feels a little bit out of place. She doesn't want to be naughty and be here. She didn't realise, but she doesn't feel like she knows these people well enough, so she doesn't know she doesn't know if she should just be here and be having fun with them or whether she should say. She feels quite nervous about being here.
Okay. So breathing in that safety switch, turning that on. Reminding her that she can take control, she can make a decision. If she doesn't feel good, she can leave.
There's something about leaving by herself, though. There's this element of, not that she's nervous, but like always doing everything by herself kind of thing.
Does someone need to come in?
Yeah, my friend's going to come and play here. And then she's going to invite these guys to come and play up and over the hill. So they're all going to go together. So that feels really nice. Yeah.
Good. Great. So she's part of the group.
Yeah, and she's coming down to the playground and playing in the playground.
Really nice. Good. Really good. So
lovely.
Right, all cleared. Lovely. Keep your eyes closed and bring your attention back to the here and now just for a moment.
Yeah.
Check in with yourself, how you're feeling.
I feel a lot more ease in being,
Great. And just think about going out with your friends in a few weeks, meeting up, maybe not having a cigarette. How does that feel?
It feels easier.
Great.
Yeah, it feels feel a lot more comfortable in being in myself, being accepted. So I think that's good.
Really good. Okay. And then let's find an image of that younger you that can encapsulate all that work you've just done. So it might be the 3-year-old you. It might be playing in the playground. Just find one image that shows you that.
Yeah.
Great. You see yourself there? Freeze this picture, make it as big and as bright as you can. What's the colour around this picture?
Pink and gold and white.
Lovely. And what are the feelings as you look?
Just like internal happiness. A feeling of being present and alive, being alive.
Lovely. So take a moment to breathe this image, these colours, this inner happiness. Bring it down through your head, down into your body, through every cell, into your heart. Bring it growing, becoming stronger, overflowing your heart, filling the room, surrounding you, going bigger and bigger, and send this back into your past, forward into your future. So every moment of your life is touched with this feeling of inner happiness. Everyone you meet can feel it flowing from you. You can access it whenever you need to. This is the truth. This is here for you. Take your time sending that wherever it needs to go, and let me know when that feels complete.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Take your time. No,
Lovely, thank you.
pleasure. Really good. How are you feeling?
Really good. Yeah, really good.
Was that surprising that it went back to there?
Well, I guess I know that memory, and I've worked on it before. I hadn't really brought it in as I hadn't had it as I hadn't associated it in this way. But all four of those memories were memories specific to that school, for sure.
That moment in time, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was only there for about 6 months or a year or something. Anyway, but yeah, they are the memories. But yeah, very interesting how the pressure is so interesting. The different ways we use it as a metaphor, isn't it? Pressure on ourselves, and then I need to be. But I often say to myself and to others, like, you have to accept the behaviour and be okay with it, or stop it, because it's the
Yeah. Either
because I was
enjoy it
thinking,
or don't do it.
yeah, just don't do it. It's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is fine. And I was thinking the other day about how different my mentality is around food. I just have, such a different relationship with food and the way I eat and my body through a lot of the work that I've done, and that the ease of just accepting that I might want to eat this, or
Yeah.
like just not, but then not having such vast emotional needs for food as well.
Yeah.
I don't have that at all. So that's really how I want to be about alcohol and cigarettes as well.
Great. It's just easy. And it's about you being in control, isn't it? And as you say, coming back to choice and going, do I want that? Not really. Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, there's an idea, but I'm all right for the moment, instead of you must.
I have to. Yeah, because that real feeling of, if I don't do this, I'm going to die, and that's really a survival instinct.
It really is a core. Yeah, I mean that's probably why it's so difficult to think I'll die. I think I'll burst. The fear. So yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Oh, such a pleasure. Really good. So have a great week, and I hope things go well, and we'll check in again next week and see what's come up and what we can clear next.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.